welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we are journaling together and I'm so excited to share this session with you. This is the May prompts for the Take 5 Art Challenge, and I'm actually going to use them again in the way that I used them last month, which was just so much fun. If you missed that, I will leave it in a card up above. I also talked about how to get started during a journaling session, and you guys are loving those tips. So thank you so much for your feedback on that video. I'm so glad that you liked it because I had a ton of fun making it. If my voice sounds a little strange, I do apologize. My allergies are in full swing right now, so just bear with me on that. But this month's prompts, one of them was blue. So blue and silver is one of them. So I'm going ahead and taking some blue fluorescent paint by Dylusions. This is the blue Hawaiian color. And I'm painting on this black background. And the reason I'm painting on the black background is because of prompt number 2, which is something out of your comfort zone. And even before I knew what the prompts were going to be, I had actually decided that for the month of April, I would paint all of my pages black and work on black pages this month, which I think I'm going to continue. It was definitely a little bit of a challenge, and I feel like I didn't do it for as long to really get the most benefit out of it, but it was definitely fun to kind of stretch my creativity that way and kind of focus on using different supplies that really showed up on the black paper. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm gonna put the prompts on the screen for you here. These prompts were chosen by Vicky. If you've made it to this part of the video and you don't even know what the Take 5 Art Challenge is yet, let me help you out there. The Take 5 Art Challenge is a monthly challenge that I host with 11 other ladies here on YouTube and Instagram. Each month, one of us picks 5 prompts for everyone to use in some type of creative project. A lot of the ladies do journal pages. I usually try to, I like to break the mold and do whatever, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. We ask that you join in on it with us. You can find a playlist over on Kira's channel. She is the creator of this challenge with a bunch of your videos in it as well as ours to get some inspiration from. So yeah, you can use the hashtag Take5Art on Instagram and YouTube so we can check out what you did with the prompts. And yeah, we love seeing those. So definitely go ahead and tag me so I can check out what you did. But anyway, I just love drawing stars, in case you hadn't noticed. I had so much fun painting these, and yeah, it was just great. So I've got my blue. I painted with my blue. I did something out of my comfort zone. And next, I don't remember what I did. I did this journal spread over a couple of days, and I think that's totally fine. You don't have to do the challenge all in one day. Oh yes, die cuts was the next one. So you'll see me ruffling through my die cuts here, trying to pick out some ones that would work. Segueing into that, as I was talking about, you don't have to do them all in one day. And one of the things that I really liked about breaking up the prompts for different things this month is it really let me go wild with this prompt, which was die cuts. So I did pull out some die cuts that I thought I would want to use in my journal spread, but then as I was sorting through my die cuts, I realized a lot of them didn't spark joy. Like, I wasn't flicking through it and going, oh, I love that, oh, I love that. I was kind of looking through and going, well, I love that one, but it's not gonna work, and this one I really need to use that at some point because I've had it forever. So I worked with the die cuts a little bit, but you'll see later on I actually prompted me to go ahead and sort all of them, and I went through and I think I purged about half of them. So you'll see that a little later on, but definitely take these prompts and run with them. it is, of course, fine. You can do a whole journal page. You can do whatever you want. But if you are looking for a little extra something, or using all 5 prompts on one piece feels overwhelming, don't be afraid to break it up and tag me in all of your projects. I would love to see. So moving on, I have a bunch of photos that I wanted to put down and use one of these with one of these die cuts. Me and my partner Chris has a bunch of trail cameras around the property to catch photos of, wild animals and stuff, but of course we walk by them when we go on our walks, and we go on walks to check the cameras and such. So oftentimes I'll end up with a bunch of pictures of us all at one time. So this is photos of us walking past the camera with shadow and stuff from the past month, basically. And it's cool because you can see like the snow on the ground, and then there's no snow on the ground, and some of them were wearing t-shirts and some of them were wearing sweatshirts. And it really shows the progression of the Maine weather and how it bounces back and forth between freezing and not freezing. So anyway, I wanted to be able to put all of those together. So I just took a piece of scrap paper with some green, and I just ripped a strip and put it in the background, kind of in the center of my page there. I'm cutting out the die cut. It was a square, and I just wanted to use it as a circle because I had all these squares already. So I cut out the Our Happy Place and made a different die cut out of the die cut. And then I went ahead and I'm going to glue the magazine piece down and make a grid pattern out of the photos. And I really, really love how this turned out. If you're wondering what is kind of on the left and right side there, I get the Bark Box, which is a subscription box for our dog, and he gets like toys and stuff in it. And one of the themes that we got in the last box was a spa day, like a puppy spa day, and I loved it. I loved the color scheme. I loved the plants. I thought the toys were like really cute. They do like themed ones. So yeah, it was just a really fun, colorful cardboard insert, and I wanted to include that in my journal. So I went ahead and cut it up and glued in the flaps so that I could make it like a flip out. So don't be afraid to use, quote unquote trash in your journal. I love looking at it. It's really, really fun. So just going through here, cutting these photos up, and I'm going to put them down in that grid pattern like we talked about. And then I'm just going to put down that little die cut that says Our Happy Place. I don't know what I'm going to do on the bottom yet. I'll probably do a little bit of writing or something. But yeah, I really, really like that addition to my journal. If you hadn't noticed yet, I don't really work on one page and finish it. I work back and forth throughout the whole journal the whole time that I'm like using it. I just finished some February pages the other day, and it's just how I enjoy working, and I like my pages the most when they grow organically that way. So if you see me flipping back and forth and you're confused as to why I'm working on like 7,000 pages and not finishing any, that is why. So there you can see my great black paper experiment. It has all of my swatches and stuff on it of the different supplies. But next prompt is drips. And also the last prompt is use a medium that you don't use often. So I combined those two, and I pulled out some acrylic ink. This is the muted turquoise Liquitex ink. I love the muted inks. They're so fun, but I haven't used them in a very, very long time. I don't pull my inks out very often, so I decided to pull it out. I couldn't for the life of me get the top off, so thank goodness to Chris for getting that off for me. But yeah, I really struggled with that. But I just put some drips down the page. It was so fun. I used the little dropper in there to just do some drips, and then I added some extra and smushed my pages together so that you could get the blue on the other side. And I really, really like where that page is going now. I wasn't sure how I was going to tie all of those things together, but so far really loving that. So while that dried, I decided to go through my die cuts, and this took way longer than I thought it would. Chris was like waiting for me to finish what I was doing, and I was getting really distracted. So I went through all of my die cuts, and I ended up not finishing my journal session until later, but I don't know what it is. I just accumulate a bunch of like die cuts, a lot of the Tim Holtz ones especially, and I usually really love some of them, and then most of them, they're just not something that I could see myself using. So I went through the die cuts first and kind of just kept everything that I loved, and then I went through them again. You're not going to see this, but I went through them again, and I really said, can I see myself using this on a page like right now? And that really helped me narrow them down a little more. So I think I am at destashing about half of them. I do have some destash bundles still available in my shop. Their stock is pretty low now, but I do have a couple of each style left if you did want to grab those and you didn't get a chance, so you can head to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description, but yeah, those die cuts will just go into my big pile of stuff to destash next, which is growing fast. So I really felt the need to just like get rid of stuff this year. I don't know what it is. It's not that I don't like getting new stuff. I'm definitely like, I'm getting my sticky club every month. But I just am kind of letting go supplies that I've bought and not used. And it feels really good to have like a dwindled down supply to kind of pull from. So that ticket there I found in my die cut bin, which actually was from Vicky, which was funny because she's the one who picked the prompts. But the last part of the prompts that I had yet to do was silver, and that ticket had some silver foil on it with the star and stuff. So I went ahead and stapled that on my page, and I'm also using a silver Posca paint pen to write some captions here. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water, but anyway, yeah, I've just been really enjoying paring down my supplies and just having, I don't know, just smaller amounts of things to like go through, and really only keeping stuff that I absolutely love. So don't get me wrong, I still have a bunch of supplies. Those are all the ones that I am destashing at some point. So, and this is what my basket looks like. I swear it still looks full. But anyway, I went ahead and pulled out some more stuff from there. I found this piece of paper with these moon face stripes on it, so I thought it would be fun. You can't really tell in that photograph from here, but there's a moon like at the top. So I could have zoomed in, but I really wanted my shadow in the photo too. So that's kind of what that is. And this is another day, and I'm just getting in my journal for a little bit. I didn't do too much, I don't think, but it was just fun to sit down and already know what I was doing. Like, I didn't have to sit down and like rifle through my stuff and be like, well, where am I gonna put this photo? And like, I had a jumping off point because I was using the prompts. I was like, okay, I have to do this silver thing. And then that just, you know, escalated into the rest of the little pieces that I added. So definitely a fun way to start your journal session. Keeping with the silver theme, I recently purchased myself some new summer clothes because I needed a few more things for work. Sadly, a lot of my tank tops are now see-through because I've had them for so long and washed them so many times. So I really needed to buy some new ones. So I had that tag from one of them, and I glued that in there. And then I had taken a selfie in a sweatshirt that I got from ThredUp, which is a very fun like online thrift store, and I was obsessed with it. That was the first day I wore it, and I was just like, yes, love it. So I took a little selfie of myself, and I thought I would put that next to the clothing tag so that I could journal kind of about what I just told you at some point in the future. Speaking of something that's out of your comfort zone, this photo is of me in shadow running by one of the cameras that I was talking about before. And I always said that I was the type of person where if you saw me running, that you should probably run too, because there was definitely something chasing me. But lately, I've been running with him in the mornings just to kind of help get his energy out. And of course it is also helping me too, because, you know, cardio is good for you and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I just wanted to document that I had been doing that. I'm definitely not going to turn into a marathon runner anytime soon, but I have set a goal for myself to be able to run the half-mile loop that we walked together. Half mile, something like that. By the fall, I'd like to be able to do the whole thing without stopping. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, a little delay in the progress with my allergies. You know, the lack of oxygen going into my body. I haven't really been running so much, but yeah, I definitely look forward to picking that back up. And then I'm just going in randomly and adding some little blades of grass here under this deer die cut. The deer have to do with another little story that I want to write in my journal, but our first little blades of grass are popping up, and it's really, really nice. So I just wanted to kind of sneak that in there just to document it. And that was the end of my journal session for that day. So I hope you guys enjoyed another one of these random use the prompts just as a jumping off point type of video. Thank you so much to the other ladies for allowing me to do whatever I want every month. We look forward to seeing whatever you do. You do whatever you want. You do you. But yeah, we look forward to seeing your creations. Please use the hashtag Take5Art. Tag us, and check out the other ladies who are all in the description box below if you would like to, you know, see how they use the prompts. They always come up with some cool projects. Also, a huge thank you to my patrons for sponsoring today's video. They make what I do possible, and if you would like exclusive content and to join the Patreon squad, you can check it out in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for being here and for watching these videos. You're the reason I still make them. And with all that being said, I can't wait to read your comments, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye!